Hey guys, and welcome back to IdleOn, and today there has been a new update with the hat rack, which is finally a way to deposit your premium hats so you don't have to have them taking up storage or inventory spaces all the time, and you can easily swap between them for cosmetic purposes while still getting all the bonuses across all of your characters. The hat rack is in World 3, and you just talk to Harold. You just take the hats, and you do have to deposit them, which means you have to have them in your inventory. If you're wearing them, you have to unequip them. You have to take them out of your storage, and then give Harold premium hats down here, and then you can view them like by hovering over them on the left. So the hat rack bonus multi increases from depositing more hats. But I have a lot of these guys, a lot of these cat ones. Obviously, those were pretty common from some previous events. So let's give him these ones. Oh, I see what happens. So it just keeps increasing. The hat rack keeps increasing in size. Now, only complaint I have so far is that if there's a lot of people on the world you're on, it actually blocks your ability to see the hat rack, which makes it hard to actually look at the bonuses more specifically. In fact, my own stuff is kind of blocking part of the hat rack. This seems kind of nice for some of the really large bonuses. For example, like True Crown. Now you're getting True Crown across all of your characters without having to actually wear True Crown. So you don't have to have a build specifically. Well, you don't have to move the crown around anymore for the Class XP build. I guess you're still going to have to make a build until he adds in something that stores like capes and stuff. It does not look like there's any sort of multiple bonus, but I can always reclaim it. So I was able to reclaim one there. How many times can I reclaim it? I can reclaim it again. Okay, so basically I can just reclaim as many of these as I want, which means we can just toss these ones and I can bring out the other one, just throw it out. And I think the duplicates, I just toss them, since I can just reclaim whichever ones I want whenever I want. And some of these I was not even wearing anyways, so we can save inventory space and storage space massively by doing this. And as you can see with the hat rack bonus multi, actually some of these bonuses have meaningfully increased. Yeah, you haven't seen too much of me this past week. It's because, well, this was Lab and Divinity week with the bonuses from voting, so I've had my characters in Lab just farming Lab and Divinity pretty much. So that's what I've been doing. Haven't been doing too much Tome. Oh no, somehow I'm in top 10%. This is actually kind of insane. This is insane, guys. I don't understand how people are pushing so far past me. This is actually kind of crazy. Now I'm already 160 points out of top 5%. That's crazy. I don't really get it. I don't get how some people are pushing so hard. I'm like, where are all the points coming from? I don't get it. I don't feel like I have that many more points, but there must be points I'm just not, probably master classes and trophies, but how many points really is that? Oh, very interesting, guys. Very, very interesting. It looks like total bubble level, before the bar was up here, and now the bar is back down here. Okay, so patch notes now says that total bubble levels is now capped at 1 million points, which Lava says is a more fair playing ground for everyone. I guess eventually, but for the moment, actually a lot of people are going to be well below that. However, I could definitely grind up towards 1 million. In some ways, though, I would guess that this could be a good thing for me, since I feel like there's a lot of stuff I can easily do in terms of candy clicking bubbles, so I guess we'll probably get back on top of that and try to work on it. Bubba has been rebalanced, guys, apparently quite a bit, which makes sense because it was just, I'd hit an absolute wall, as had many people. Check this out, fellas. Look, now I can actually Mega Flesh right away. You can now reset super talent points just by holding down and clicking on them. I think it may also reset the points in that talent, but that's way nicer than having to respec just the whole character just because you want to redo one super talent point that you put in. So we are at 31 out of 75. I do have more, so we will keep hunting, especially because some of the ones that I didn't think were previously premium are now premium, so I have to actually go through, and I would recommend going through and looking at all of your hats, just to make sure that you have not missed any that were not previously premium. Yep, so also in the patch notes, Lava does mention that now many normal hats are now premium, which is why I was so confused, because I'd taken some of the normal hats, like Ice Guard, Honker Hat, and the Crow Perch, and I'd premiumified them with the gem shop item. So then, of course, it said you can't deposit this, but in fact you can, because it just had multiple things going on there. I premiumified the Conquistador plume, which is a piece of equipment. That I do not think I can deposit. That one I don't think I can deposit, because that is what he means by, like, if you premiumified one of those type of things, that was always just a piece of equipment, so you definitely can't deposit that. Shiny Board Beanie is now premium. That was previous. I mean, you can craft that. That is interesting. That is one you can craft. So, but it wasn't really like a piece of equipment, and in complete fairness, it didn't really have any use other than being cosmetic, so I can kind of see why he added it, because otherwise it was kind of just sort of a pointless item. This freed up quite a bit of space, guys. Quite a bit of space. In the gem shop, there are a number of old hats that are back, including a super rare one here, which is the Pardon Turkey hat. I thought that was like one of the rarest hats in the game. At least it had been at one point. And now it costs 1 gem, so that's a pretty good deal here. Alright, well, for some reason, trying to buy Siege Captain seems to freeze the game, so I think we'll just wait on that. I don't know why that is. We have a new gold ball shop as well. Some returning things here that I've already supered, such as Summon XP Multi, Refinery Speed, and Gold Ball Gain. But we do have some new ones, such as Meritocracy Bonus, and, well, I think that's the only completely new one. There's a Cooking Speed Multi, which I might consider using a super on at this point, quite frankly. It's interesting, some of these are more expensive than others. I'd never realized that before. I thought the cost was all the same. But then I realized on the last gold ball shop, I burned a ton of gold balls on that coral one, and then I decided not to push it anymore because it was getting up to like 3,000 per level. It was kind of crazy, and it wasn't even that big of a bonus, it seemed. So these ones that were multis, I feel like a multi I should push. So we're going to push this one all the way up and super it, because it says it's a multi and I have a surplus of super balls at the moment. The other big thing, of course, from this update is that Lava fixed a bunch of mobile bugs. So you can finally play on mobile without the, the overflowing issues, which were kind of a big deal on mobile and had definitely made mobile kind of inferior to playing on PC for a long time. It was part of the reason why I never really seriously played on mobile. And then it turns out I won't have to, because apparently he also fixed the glitch with the artifacts. So now I finally have a chance to get the last 2 artifacts. As you can see here, 100% chance. Let's see what this one was. Okay, chapter lore bonuses are bigger. Maybe this explains why I was behind some people in spelunking. Okay, wow, that explains it a little bit. And finally, we got Omnipotent, but we got it for the one that's useless. Great. So now I'm going to get the worst chance to get the one that's actually useful. So that is going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in another IdleOn video soon.